Hey everyone, how's it going? I'm making 6 tables, small kids tables for my daughter's school here. So the school requested them, and I went ahead and just knocked them out pro bono. Right here, I'm cutting the legs and the underside of the bases. Here I start to resaw some of the underside. I needed a thinner stock. I'm using actually a 2x6s here. So stuff I bought from the box stores. So there's some very small tables, so I ended up using I think it was 4 2x6s by 10s and a sheet and a half of plywood, half-inch plywood. So I'm continuing to resaw here. Here I'm cutting the legs down. Six different tables, so a lot of legs to cut out there. This is my first video, so you're gonna see some of the angles aren't good. I'm kind of covering the camera a little bit. Just really wanted to. Most of the time I concentrate on just getting the project done. I wasn't really thinking about doing the video here, but I'll get better in time. Now I start to cut the underside pieces. These are the pieces that go in between the legs, but underneath the top of the table. I ended up cutting them in 2 different sizes for 2 different classes. You know, the preschool kids and the pre-K kids. Here I'm just planing out the legs. They looked a little fat. I wanted them all to be the same size, so I went ahead and cleaned them up on the planer. And here we go. Here's the time to put pocket holes in the undersides of the pieces on the other side of the table. So I'm doing 2 pocket holes on each side. And as you can see, there's a bunch of those to do. So it took me a little while here. And now I'm starting to put them together. As you can see, the 2 pocket holes on each side. So I glued and screwed both sides. I kind of skipped forward a little bit on this. It's kind of obvious what I'm doing. I did want to set back a 1/4 inch, so I had a 1/4 inch spacer there. You just saw a second ago, just to kind of keep them back from the front a little bit. And I'm just continuing to do the same thing here, just gluing and screwing all the undersides, all the legs together for all 6 tables. So yeah, you can see the quarter inch spacers I'm using underneath it, just so they're consistent. The more I do it, the more efficient I got here. So you can see I did one as a test, and this one you saw there, and then now I'm just starting to put them all together. I eventually did get to the point where I put the wrong size one on the wrong table, but I went back and fixed it before the glue set on it. And like I said, there's 6 tables, so there's a lot of pieces here, so it's easy to get confused on what goes with what. Now it's time for the tops. I went ahead and cut them down with the circular saw up in my garage. I try not to take full sheets down to the basement. So here I'm just knocking out all the pieces, just cross-cutting all the pieces. I did turn the saw off there, by the way, before I reached over. And so I actually think I might have said a piece and a half of plywood. I think I ended up being 1 full sheet of plywood that I used here. Here I go cleaning up the tops, just routing the edges, rounding over, 1/4 inch round over a bit. And now I'm starting to clean up the legs. I actually meant to do these legs but when they were apart, but I kind of forgot, so I had to go back and clean them up after the fact. I think I just ended up rounding over the outsides, and then I might have started to round over the insides, but I think I went ahead with some sandpaper after this. It was a lot easier. If I had to do it again, I would just go ahead and do all the legs initially before I put it all together. Well, actually I would just do all of it, clean up all of it. So now I've sanded the tops. I didn't show that, but now I'm attaching the pocket holes into the tops. So I didn't show that I did put, as you can see right here on the left, I did put pocket holes facing into the tabletops and into the legs. So I think I just only put 2 or so into the tabletops, and then 2 into each leg for each piece. So you can see it starting to come together there. And then that's just cleaning up the underside there a little bit. Little fingers will be in under there, so I wanted to make sure I cleaned it up pretty good. And that's the first one together there, so. And then now I'm just cleaning up all the little pieces of it, all the little sections of it. I just want to make sure it's smooth, so little fingers aren't getting caught, or there's no rough edges. And it's pretty much together here. I'm not finishing these. They wanted to finish them themselves. I think they ended up painting them, a couple of them, and then to match the rooms, and then they clear coated a few of them, but I didn't do that. And now I'm just checking to make sure there's no rough edges with my fingers, with my hands. That's the best way to check. If you feel it, they're gonna feel it, right? So that's pretty much it for the video. This is my first video, so they'll get better as I go here. The shop was getting better. I'm upgrading as I go also. So look forward to sharing more videos with you, some more of my projects. Please subscribe, hit that like button or dislike, leave me some comments, and then again subscribe, and you'll get some notifications when I upload a new video. Thanks for watching my video. Look for more in the future. Alright, we'll see you.